Night is here, not suddenly, not loudly. It arrives the way it always does, slowly and without effort. The light outside has softened. The edges of the day have begun to fade. Everything feels less sharp than before. Right now, you are lying down. Your body has already chosen stillness. There is nothing you need to do, nothing waiting for you, nothing asking for your attention. The day has finished its movement. It no longer needs anything from you. The space around you is quiet. The air feels steady and calm. Even time seems different now, less hurried, less demanding. Thoughts may still appear. They move slowly, without urgency. You do not need to follow them. They can pass on their own. Your breathing begins to settle, not because you change it, but because it no longer needs to rush. Each breath arrives gently. Each breath leaves just as gently. The body responds first. The mind will soften later. Muscles begin to loosen. Not all at once, just enough. The face relaxes. The jaw becomes lighter. The shoulders sink slightly into rest. Outside this room, the world continues quietly. Beyond streets and buildings, the night sky remains open and still. Stars stay where they are, distant, patient, unchanging. They do not hurry. They do not ask for anything. For a moment, you are allowed to share that stillness. The earth continues its slow turning, carrying oceans, mountains, and sleeping lives. You are part of that movement. Even now, even while resting, there is nowhere you need to go. Nothing you need to imagine. Simply being here is enough. Awareness becomes softer. Edges blur slightly. Small sensations remain. The rise and fall of the chest. The gentle weight of the body. Nothing needs to be noticed closely. Nothing needs to be held. Far beyond clouds and air, light continues its long journey. Calm, unhurried. Tonight, you do not need to look for it. Knowing it exists is enough. Thoughts slow further. Spaces between them widen. In those spaces, rest settles naturally. Sleep does not need to be invited. It arrives quietly, the way night always does. And for now, this moment is enough. Beyond this room, beyond the surface of the earth, space opens quietly. The universe is vast. So vast that distance loses its meaning and time begins to stretch. Light travels for years, sometimes for millions of years, before it reaches anywhere at all. Nothing there moves quickly. Nothing needs to. Stars take millions of years to form. They remain for lengths of time the human mind rarely measures, then slowly change, slowly fade. Planets follow paths that were set long before this night. They move steadily, without pause, without urgency. Even change itself happens gently in space. Gradual, patient. There are no deadlines in the universe. No moments that demand immediate action. Everything unfolds in its own time. And within this immense, unhurried movement, the earth turns slowly, once every day, without ever rushing to finish. You are part of this system, part of this rhythm. Nothing in the universe is asking you to be faster, so there is no reason to hurry now. From here, there is nothing you need to hold on to. You may listen, or you may simply let the sound pass by. Both are fine. There is no need to follow every word, no need to keep track of meaning, no need to remember what comes next. If attention drifts, that is natural. If thoughts fade, that is natural too. Nothing is being tested here. The universe does not require your awareness. It continues whether you are listening or not. Stars remain where they are. Planets continue their slow movement. Time keeps unfolding in its own way. You do not need to stay present for any of it. Sound can move around you, or through you, or simply exist somewhere nearby. You are free to rest inside it, without effort. There is nothing you might miss. Nothing important depends on this moment. The universe is patient. It has always been patient, and it will remain exactly as it is, even as you drift further into rest. When you look up at the night sky, one of the first things you may notice is not what is there, but what is missing. There is no sound coming from above, no distant hum, no echo carried on the wind. The sky remains quiet, even when it is filled with light. This silence is not accidental. It is not something that happens only at night. It is the natural state of the universe. Sound, as it exists on Earth, needs something to travel through. It moves by causing tiny vibrations in air, in water, or in solid matter. Without particles to carry those vibrations, sound cannot move forward, and space contains almost nothing beyond the thin layer of atmosphere that surrounds the Earth. Particles become extremely rare. The farther you go, the more empty it becomes. Between stars, between galaxies, there is mostly open space. In that openness, sound has no path. Even the most powerful events in the universe, the birth of stars, the collapse of massive suns, the slow collision of galaxies, happen in near complete silence. Not because they are small, but because there is nothing there to carry their sound. Light behaves differently. Unlike sound, light does not need matter to travel. It moves easily through emptiness, crossing vast distances without resistance. That is why stars can be seen from so far away, even though they cannot be heard. The night sky shines quietly. This contrast between light and silence is one of the most stable features of the universe. It has existed for billions of years, long before life appeared on Earth, and it will remain long after. Silence in space is not a pause. It is not an absence caused by interruption. It is the default. On Earth, silence often feels temporary, a brief moment between sounds, a gap that might soon be filled. In the universe, silence is continuous, wide, unbroken, and because it is unbroken, it carries no threat. There are no sudden noises waiting to appear, no unexpected disruptions. Nothing rushes toward you from the dark. The quiet above is steady and predictable. When you lie beneath the night sky, your body may recognize this before your thoughts do. The nervous system responds to environments that feel stable and non-demanding, a place where nothing calls for immediate reaction. The silence of space offers exactly that. It does not signal danger. It does not ask for alertness. It simply exists. This is why many people feel calmer when they look up at the stars. Not because they understand the science behind it, but because the body senses the absence of urgency. In the universe, there is no alarm, no sudden signal. Everything unfolds slowly, across timescales that far exceed a human lifetime. Stars take millions of years to form. They burn steadily for ages. They fade gently. Even dramatic events follow long, gradual processes. There is no rush in any direction. This vast, quiet environment surrounds the Earth at all times. During the day, it is hidden by light and activity. At night, it becomes easier to sense. The sky does not become quieter at night. It simply becomes more noticeable. And in that quiet, there is safety. Silence allows the mind to loosen its grip. It removes the need to anticipate. Nothing in the darkness above requires your response. You are not being watched. You are not being called. The universe continues its movement without awareness of you, and that indifference is gentle. It means you are not responsible for holding anything together. The stars do not depend on your attention. The galaxies do not need your understanding. They have been moving quietly on their own for a very long time. This is the deeper comfort of the night sky. Its silence tells you that rest is allowed, that nothing will break if you stop paying attention. The absence of sound is not empty. It is full of continuity, a reminder that the world does not require constant engagement. Above you, the universe remains quiet, stable, and vast. And within that quiet, you are safe to let go. After the quiet of the night sky, there is another truth that moves just as gently. The light you see above you does not arrive quickly. In space, distance is not measured the way it is on Earth. It is measured in light years, a unit that describes how far light can travel in a full year. Even at its fastest possible speed, light still needs time, a great deal of time. When you look at a star, the light reaching your eyes did not begin its journey tonight. It did not leave its source moments ago. It started traveling long before this night existed. Some of the light you see left its star years ago. Some left centuries ago. Some began its journey long before modern life appeared on Earth. This means that the night sky is not a picture of the present. It is a quiet collection of moments from the past, arriving calmly, one by one. Nothing in that process is rushed. Light moves steadily, without hesitation, without awareness of when it will be seen. It does not hurry to arrive. It does not slow down either. It simply continues. In human life, speed is often tied to importance. Faster responses feel necessary. Immediate reactions feel expected. But the universe does not work this way. In the universe, even light, the fastest traveler there is, takes its time. The stars do not demand instant attention. They send their light out gently, knowing it may travel for years before it reaches anything at all. And still, they shine. What you are seeing now is not something that needs a response. It is not asking you to react. It is not arriving late or early. It is arriving exactly as it should. This slow arrival carries a quiet reassurance. It means that nothing important depends on immediate awareness. Nothing meaningful requires urgency. The universe allows time to stretch. When ancient light finally reaches your eyes, it does so without expectation. It does not need to be noticed. It does not require understanding. It is simply present. In this way, the night sky becomes a gentle reminder that delay is natural, that distance softens everything, that even the brightest things arrive slowly. Past and present meet quietly. Light that began its journey long ago touches this moment without disruption. It does not disturb the night. It does not interrupt rest. It blends into now, and because of this, there is no reason to stay alert. Nothing above you is happening too fast to keep up with. Nothing requires immediate interpretation. The universe is not speaking urgently. It is speaking patiently. This patient movement of light has shaped everything around you. The earth itself formed from materials that drifted together slowly over immense spans of time. Life emerged gradually, without haste. Change in the universe is almost always gentle. Even when events are powerful, their effects unfold slowly across long periods. There is no sudden demand. This perspective allows the body to soften. When the mind realizes that nothing requires quick action, it can release its constant readiness. The muscles no longer need to stay prepared. Awareness does not need to remain sharp. The slow arrival of starlight teaches this without instruction. You do not need to process what you are hearing quickly. You do not need to remember each detail. Just as light takes its time reaching you, sound can pass through without urgency. The past is already complete. It is not rushing forward. It arrives gently, touches the present, and moves on. Above you, the universe continues sending its light outward, patiently, endlessly, without concern for speed. And here, beneath that slow movement, you are allowed to rest without reacting. Nothing will be missed. Nothing requires a faster response. After learning how quietly the universe holds its light, it becomes easier to understand how gently it creates. Stars do not appear suddenly. They are not born in flashes or moments of urgency. Their beginnings are almost invisible. Long before a star exists, there is only a region of space filled with gas and dust. This region is called a nebula. It does not look active. It does not seem to be preparing for anything. Nebulae drift slowly through space, often for millions of years, without a clear center or shape. They are wide, thin, and quiet. Nothing about them suggests immediacy. Inside these clouds, particles move gently. Hydrogen atoms, traces of helium, and fine grains of dust float without direction. There is no signal announcing what will come later. Then, very gradually, gravity begins to do its quiet work. Gravity does not rush. It does not push. It pulls softly, consistently, over long stretches of time. A slightly denser region of the nebula begins to gather more material than its surroundings. The difference is small, almost unnoticeable, yet gravity responds to even the smallest imbalance. Over thousands of years, and then millions more, matter continues to drift inward. There is no moment when this process becomes obvious. No instant where everything changes. The cloud slowly thickens. Its center grows heavier. Temperature rises, not quickly, but steadily. This phase alone can last longer than the entire history of human civilization. Nothing explodes. Nothing suddenly turns on. The universe does not hurry its creations. As material continues to collect, the forming star called a protostar remains hidden within the cloud. It is not yet bright. It does not shine. It is simply gathering. Pressure builds gradually. Heat increases quietly. Gravity holds everything together without effort. Only after an immense amount of time does the core become dense enough for nuclear fusion to begin. Even then, the change is not dramatic. The star does not arrive with an announcement. It does not interrupt its surroundings. It begins to shine gently, almost unnoticed at first. From the outside, nothing looks sudden. From the inside, the process has been unfolding patiently for millions of years. This is how stars come into existence. Not through urgency, not through force, but through accumulation, patience, and time. In human stories, beginnings are often described as moments, a decision, an event, a clear starting point. In the universe, beginnings are extended. They are stretched across ages. A star's birth is not a single moment, but a long transition from diffuse matter to quiet stability. This slow unfolding is not a flaw. It is a feature. It allows balance to form. It allows structure to emerge without disruption. Even after a star begins to shine, it continues to change slowly. It settles into a long, steady phase that can last billions of years. Nothing about its existence requires haste. This understanding can feel surprisingly comforting. It suggests that meaningful beginnings do not need speed, that growth does not require immediate clarity. The universe builds its most luminous objects without pressure. There is no deadline for becoming what you will become. Just as a star gathers itself over vast spans of time, beginnings in life can unfold quietly, without announcements, without dramatic moments. The night sky is filled with stars that took their time. Each one began as scattered material, drifting without intention, slowly finding coherence. And because the universe allows this slowness, it remains stable. There is no rush toward completion. Above you, stars continue to form in distant nebulae, following the same patient pattern they always have. And here, beneath that vast process, there is permission to move slowly too. Nothing important begins all at once. After understanding how slowly stars are born, it becomes easier to see the sun for what it truly is. Not a rare object, not an exception, not something extraordinary by the standards of the universe. The sun is a G-type star, often called a yellow dwarf. This classification describes its surface temperature, its mass, and the way it produces energy. It is a common category. Across the Milky Way, there are billions of stars similar to the Sunday. Many are slightly smaller. Many are slightly larger. Some are warmer. Some are cooler. But none of this makes the sun unusual. It does not burn unusually fast. It does not shine unusually bright. It does not live an unusually short or long life. Its behavior follows patterns that are well understood. For billions of years, the sun has been converting hydrogen into helium at a steady pace. Energy flows outward smoothly, layer by layer, until it reaches the surface and moves into space as light and warmth. There are no sudden changes in this process, no daily decisions, no variations that demand attention. The sun wakes each morning not because it chooses to, but because the earth continues its rotation. From the perspective of the universe, the sun is predictable. This predictability is not a weakness. It is what makes stability possible. Stars like the sun are designed for endurance. They spend most of their lives in a long, calm phase called the main sequence. During this time, they change very little. The sun has been in this phase for about half of its expected lifetime. It is not in a hurry to become anything else. Nothing about its existence is dramatic. Even its future is quiet. Billions of years from now, it will slowly expand, gently shedding its outer layers, leaving behind a faint core. No explosion, no sudden end, just a gradual transition. Because the sun is ordinary, it is reliable. Because it is reliable, life on Earth can unfold slowly and consistently. Seasons return, days pass, nights follow. The sun does not demand that anything react quickly. It offers energy at the same pace, day after day. This steadiness is easy to overlook. Often, attention is drawn to the extreme massive stars, violent explosions, distant galaxies colliding. But most of the universe is built on quiet regularity. Most stars are not dramatic. Most changes happen gradually. The sun fits naturally into this pattern. Its presence is familiar because it does not change its behavior. Its warmth is gentle because it does not overwhelm. There is comfort in knowing that something so essential is also so ordinary. Nothing about the sun asks you to stay alert. It does not surprise. It does not rush. It simply continues. This is why the sun can feel reassuring even when it is not seen. Even at night, when it is below the horizon, its influence remains steady. The earth keeps moving. Temperatures remain within balance. Life rests and resumes. Stability does not require constant attention. It only requires consistency. In the universe, ordinary stars are the ones that last. They provide long periods of calm conditions, allowing complexity to develop slowly. The sun is one of them, and because it is ordinary, it creates a sense of familiarity. Familiarity allows the nervous system to relax. It removes the need to anticipate change. Nothing about the sun suggests urgency. It is content to remain as it is. For a very long time, this quiet reliability mirrors something simple and human. Not every role needs to be exceptional. Not every presence needs to stand out. Sometimes, what matters most is being steady. Above you, the sun continues its patient work, even while you rest. It does not require recognition, and in that ordinariness, there is deep stability. After becoming familiar with the steady presence of the sun, it becomes easier to notice something else about the night sky. It rarely seems to change. When you look up, the stars appear fixed in place. They return night after night in the same patterns, the same arrangements, the same quiet order. This creates the impression of stillness. But the stillness is not an illusion. It is the result of movement that happens so slowly it almost disappears. Stars are always moving. Every star in the sky is traveling through space, following its own path around the center of the galaxy. These paths are real. They are measurable. They never stop. Yet the distances involved are so vast that the motion becomes nearly impossible to notice within a human lifetime. A star may move hundreds of thousands of kilometers each hour and still appear frozen in place from Earth. Its movement is swallowed by scale. What feels motionless is simply movement stretched across immense distance and time. Because of this, the sky you see tonight looks almost the same as the sky seen by people hundreds of years ago. The same constellations, the same familiar shapes. Generations have passed beneath this sky, and the stars have remained where memory expects them to be. This slow movement creates a powerful sense of continuity. Nothing suddenly shifts. Nothing rearranges itself overnight. Change happens, but it happens gently, over spans of time so long that they feel almost abstract. The universe does not reorganize itself quickly. Galaxies rotate slowly. Stars drift gradually. Everything follows predictable paths shaped long ago. This is why ancient navigators could rely on the stars, why early cultures built calendars around them, why the sky became a reference point for stability. The stars did not surprise anyone. They did not behave unpredictably. They returned, night after night, with quiet consistency. This consistency is not accidental. It is the natural outcome of enormous mass moving through enormous space. When things are this large, nothing happens suddenly. Momentum carries them forward smoothly. The night sky becomes a kind of reassurance. It tells the body that there is no sudden shift approaching, no unseen motion rushing toward you. Everything above is moving, but it is moving slowly enough to feel safe. This is different from the kind of motion experienced on Earth, where change often arrives abruptly. Weather shifts, sounds interrupt, events demand attention. In contrast, the sky changes at a pace far beyond urgency. Even when stars eventually drift into new positions, the transition takes thousands of years. The patterns do not break suddenly. They dissolve gradually. This allows the mind to release vigilance. There is no need to track movement, no need to anticipate change. Nothing in the sky is preparing to surprise you. The universe favors gradual motion because it preserves balance. Rapid change creates instability. Slow change allows systems to remain intact. The stars demonstrate this principle continuously. They travel without disturbance, guided by gravity and momentum, unaffected by short moments or brief events. Their movement is patient, and because of that patience, the night sky has remained recognizable across centuries. People separated by time and culture have looked up and seen nearly the same arrangement. This shared sky creates a sense of permanence. It suggests that not everything is fragile. Not everything is temporary. Some structures endure simply because they move slowly enough to last. Above you, the stars continue their long journeys without interruption. Nothing about their motion demands a reaction. They are not approaching. They are not retreating. They are simply continuing. This slow, steady movement creates an environment without urgency. And in that environment, rest becomes easier. Nothing is shifting suddenly. Nothing is about to change. For now, the sky remains as it has always been, quietly in motion, yet stable enough to feel still. After noticing how slowly the stars move, another quiet question begins to form. If there are so many stars, why is the universe not bright everywhere? Why does the night sky remain dark? This question has existed for a long time. It is known as Olber's paradox. If the universe were infinite, eternal, and filled evenly with stars, every direction we look should end at the surface of a star. In that case, the sky would glow constantly. There would be no true night. But that is not what we see. The darkness above you is not a mistake. It is not an absence caused by failure. It is the natural result of how the universe exists. The universe has an age. It has not existed forever. There was a beginning. Because of this, light has only had a limited amount of time to travel. Not all starlight has reached us. Much of it is still on its way. Beyond a certain distance, light simply has not arrived yet. This means darkness is not empty. It is unfinished light. There is another reason the universe remains dark. The universe is expanding. Space itself is stretching. As it stretches, light traveling through it is stretched as well. Its wavelength becomes longer. Its energy becomes lower. Eventually, light shifts beyond what human eyes can detect. It does not disappear. It simply becomes too gentle to see. This process happens everywhere, all the time. Light fades quietly as space expands. There is no sudden loss, no sharp cutoff. Brightness softens into darkness naturally because of the universe's expansion and finite age. Darkness dominates the sky, not because there is nothing there, but because the universe is large, young, and still unfolding. Darkness is not an interruption. It is the background state. On Earth, darkness often feels temporary, a pause before morning, a gap between light. In the universe, darkness is constant and expected. Most of space exists without illumination, and this is not dangerous. Darkness in space does not mean activity has stopped. Stars are still burning. Galaxies are still moving. Their light simply does not reach everywhere at once. This understanding can be quietly reassuring. It means that not everything needs to be visible to exist. Not everything needs to shine to be real. The universe does not require constant brightness. It allows large regions to remain dark, calm, and undisturbed. Darkness creates room. Room for distance. Room for time. Room for slow change. If the universe were bright everywhere, nothing could rest. There would be no contrast, no quiet background. But the universe chose darkness as its foundation. Light appears in specific places, gently, against a wide, dark canvas. This balance is stable. It has allowed stars to form, galaxies to evolve, life to emerge slowly. Darkness is not the opposite of safety. It is part of stability. The night sky does not threaten with its darkness. It holds space gently. When you lie beneath it, nothing presses in on you. Nothing overwhelms your senses. The darkness simply stays where it is. And because it stays, the mind can soften. There is no need to scan for danger. No need to stay alert. The universe is not trying to fill every space with light. It is comfortable leaving much of itself unseen. This quiet restraint allows everything else to exist without urgency. Above you, darkness stretches naturally, shaped by time and expansion. It is not a sign of absence. It is a sign of balance. After understanding why darkness fills the universe, it becomes easier to notice something even more subtle. Most of the universe is not made of stars. It is made of space. Between every star, there is an enormous distance. Between galaxies, the distance grows even larger. What appears crowded from Earth is, in reality, mostly empty. This emptiness is not accidental. It is not a leftover. It is the dominant state. Matter, everything solid, bright, and visible, occupies only a very small fraction of the universe. The rest is open space, stretching quietly in all directions. Even within a galaxy, where stars seem close together, the separation between them is vast. If the sun were the size of a grain of sand, the nearest star would be kilometers away. Most of what exists between them is nothing at all. This does not mean absence. It means openness. Space is not crowded. It is spacious. Particles drift far apart. Interactions are rare. Nothing presses in. The universe is not packed tightly. It breathes. This openness allows everything else to remain calm. When matter is spread thinly, movement becomes gentle. Forces act slowly. Change takes time. This is why collisions are uncommon. Why stars can travel for billions of years without touching anything else. The vast distances protect them. They also protect you. The universe is designed with room. Room for motion. Room for light. Room for time to unfold without pressure. On Earth, space is often limited. Walls, structures, and boundaries define where things can go. Movement requires adjustment. In the universe, there is no crowding. Nothing competes for space. Everything has distance around it. This distance softens interaction. It reduces urgency. It allows systems to remain stable. The stars do not interfere with one another. They coexist peacefully, separated by emptiness. Even galaxies, immense as they are, pass through each other rarely. When they do, the spaces between stars are so large that direct contact is uncommon. Most of the time, they simply drift. This reveals something important. The universe is not built on density. It is built on spacing, and spacing creates calm. When there is room, nothing needs to push. Nothing needs to rush. The large-scale structure of the universe is gentle. Wide regions of near-nothingness allow energy to spread slowly. They allow light to travel without disturbance. They allow gravity to shape motion without violence. This openness is why the universe remains stable over immense spans of time. If everything were closer together, motion would be chaotic. Interactions would be constant. Change would be abrupt. But that is not how things are arranged. Instead, the universe gives everything distance, and in that distance, there is ease. The night sky reflects this openness. Between points of light, there is vast darkness. That darkness is not heavy. It is light. It does not close in. It expands outward. Looking into space does not feel crowded. It feels expansive. This sensation reaches the body before the mind. Wide spaces allow breathing to deepen. They allow the nervous system to settle. There is no pressure from above. Nothing is approaching. Nothing is closing the gap. Everything remains far enough away to feel safe. The universe does not compress its contents. It spreads them out. And because of that, nothing feels rushed. Time has room to stretch. Events have room to unfold gradually. This is why the universe can be quiet, dark, and stable all at once. The emptiness is not a lack. It is a feature. It supports balance. Above you, between each star, space continues to extend. Wide, open, unoccupied. And within that openness, there is lightness. Nothing weighs on this moment. There is plenty of room. After noticing how much space exists between the stars, it becomes easier to understand how long they remain where they are. Stars are not brief events. They are long presences. Most stars live for billions of years. Some exist for far longer than the sun will. Their lifetimes stretch beyond anything the human mind is accustomed to measuring. A single star can remain stable while continents shift. Oceans rise and fall, and entire species appear and disappear. From the perspective of the universe, there is no hurry. A star begins slowly, settles into a long period of balance, and remains there for most of its existence. This middle phase, calm, steady, and predictable, is where stars spend nearly all their time. The sun, for example, will shine for a total of about 10 billion years. It has already completed nearly half of that span without noticeable change, and the sun is not especially long-lived. There are stars smaller and cooler than the sun, known as red dwarfs, that burn their fuel far more slowly. They conserve energy. They waste nothing. Some of these stars may continue shining for hundreds of billions, even trillions of years. They are in no rush to finish. In the universe, longevity comes from restraint. Stars that burn too brightly live short lives. Stars that shine gently endure. This pattern appears again and again. The universe favors patience. Long-lived stars do not change quickly. They maintain a steady output. They offer consistency rather than intensity. This stability allows planets to remain in place. It allows environments to persist. It allows complexity to develop slowly. Nothing about this process requires speed. Stars do not count time the way humans do. They do not mark years or centuries. Their rhythms are defined by nuclear reactions unfolding at a controlled pace deep within their cores. Each moment blends into the next. There is no urgency inside a star. Even when stars eventually change, they do so gradually. Expansion happens slowly. Cooling takes immense time. Endings are extended transitions rather than sudden stops. This long view of existence reshapes the meaning of time. It suggests that lasting things are built through consistency, not acceleration. In a universe where stars can remain stable for billions of years, there is no expectation of quick resolution. Nothing important needs to happen all at once. The presence of such long-lived objects creates a calm backdrop for everything else. They continue shining while galaxies evolve around them. They remain steady while the universe expands. Their patience is quiet but constant. This patience can be felt even without understanding the details. Looking up at the night sky, there is a sense that nothing above is rushing. The stars are not counting down. They are not nearing completion. They are simply continuing. This realization softens the human experience of time. It removes the sense that everything must be completed quickly. If the universe itself allows its brightest objects to take billions of years, then slowness is not failure. It is the norm. Stars do not compete with one another. They do not compare lifespans. Each follows its own long arc, shaped by mass and balance. There is no pressure to reach an endpoint. The night sky holds stars at every stage of their lives, existing side by side. Some are young, some are ancient, many are quietly stable. This coexistence creates a sense of timelessness. Nothing is out of place. Everything arrives when it arrives. Everything remains as long as it needs to. Above you, stars continue their long, patient existence. They are not moving toward an ending. They are resting within duration, and beneath that extended timescale, there is no need to hurry. After understanding how long stars live, it becomes natural to wonder how they change when that long life begins to soften. In the universe, endings are rarely sudden. A star does not stop all at once. It does not reach a sharp edge of existence. Instead, it gradually changes its rhythm. Stars shine by turning fuel into energy deep within their cores. For most of their lives, this process is balanced and steady. Energy flows outward smoothly, and the star remains stable. But fuel, even in vast amounts, is not infinite. Over immense spans of time, the material that once burned easily becomes less available. The change is not dramatic. It unfolds slowly. At first, nothing appears different from the outside. The star continues to shine. Its light remains familiar. Inside, however, the balance begins to shift gently. Reactions slow. Energy output changes slightly. Gravity responds quietly, adjusting the structure of the star without disruption. This phase can last millions, even billions of years. There is no moment that announces what is happening, no signal that something is ending. The universe does not mark transitions with urgency. As fuel becomes more difficult to use, the star adapts. Its outer layers may expand gradually. Its temperature may change subtly. These changes take place so slowly that they feel almost still. To an observer, the star does not appear to be ending. It appears to be continuing just differently. Not every star ends in the same way. Some grow larger and cooler. Some gently release their outer layers. Some quietly fade. But even these outcomes unfold over long periods. There is time for adjustment, time for balance to reform. Nothing collapses suddenly. Even when a star's brightest phase has passed, it does not vanish. It transforms. A quieter form remains, a dense core, a soft glow. The universe allows stars to settle rather than disappear. This approach to endings is consistent everywhere. Change is gradual. Transitions are extended. The universe does not hurry its conclusions. This slow ending carries a subtle comfort. It suggests that completion does not require force, that letting go can happen without disruption. The star does not resist the change. It responds calmly to the conditions around it. Gravity continues its work. Matter rearranges gently. Nothing is lost abruptly. From the perspective of time, the star's ending is simply another long phase. It is not a failure. It is not a collapse. It is a return to balance, shaped by patience. Even the remnants of stars continue to exist for vast lengths of time. They remain as quiet presences in space. Long after active shining has faded, stability remains. This perspective softens the idea of an ending. In the universe, endings are not sharp boundaries. They are slow transitions. They do not interrupt what surrounds them. They blend into what comes next. Above you, stars that appear unchanged are already moving gently toward their next state, without hurry, and stars that have finished shining brightly remain present in quieter forms. Nothing disappears suddenly. Nothing is taken away without time. The universe treats endings with care, and within that care, there is calm. After understanding how stars begin slowly, live patiently, and end gently, it becomes easier to notice the largest movement of all. The universe itself is expanding. This expansion began long ago, with the event known as the Big Bang, not an explosion into space, but the expansion of space itself. Since that moment, space has been slowly stretching. Everywhere, there is no center to this expansion, no edge that is moving outward faster than the rest. All of space is becoming wider. As space expands, galaxies move farther apart, not because they are rushing away, but because the space between them is increasing. This movement is extremely slow, so slow that it cannot be felt, so slow that it does not disturb anything nearby. Galaxies drift apart gently, carried by the quiet growth of space. This expansion has been happening for billions of years. It is steady. It is consistent. There is no urgency in it. Nothing is being pushed. Nothing is being forced. The universe is simply allowing itself more room. As space grows, everything becomes more spread out. Energy thins. Density decreases. Over time, things grow lighter. This does not mean the universe is losing something. It means it is relaxing. The expansion does not tear structures apart suddenly. Stars remain in their galaxies. Galaxies remain bound within clusters. Local systems stay intact. The widening happens on the largest scales, far beyond anything that needs attention. This gentle expansion creates a sense of release. It allows distances to grow without conflict. It allows motion without friction. The universe is not tightening. It is loosening. This has always been its direction. From the beginning, the universe has been moving toward openness, not toward compression, not toward crowding, but toward space. This movement shapes the future quietly. Light continues to travel. Stars continue to shine. Galaxies continue their slow paths. But everything does so within an ever-widening background. Nothing needs to hurry before space runs out. There is no shortage. There is only more room. This perspective can soften the way time is felt. When the universe itself is expanding gently, there is no reason to feel pressed. Nothing is closing in. Nothing is approaching too quickly. Everything is gradually moving farther apart, allowing calm to remain. The expansion of the universe does not demand awareness. It does not require understanding. It continues whether it is noticed or not. And because it continues so quietly, it creates stability rather than disruption. The universe is not rushing toward an end. It is not collapsing inward. It is opening. Even far into the future, this expansion will remain gentle. Processes will slow. Light will spread thinner. Change will become even more gradual. The universe is becoming calmer with time. This is not a loss. It is a settling. As everything spreads out, there is less pressure, less interaction, more stillness. The direction of the universe is toward lightness. And within that direction, there is reassurance. Nothing is tightening around this moment. Nothing is being demanded. The universe does not move with urgency. It moves with patience. Above you, space continues to expand, quietly and steadily. Galaxies drift farther apart, not as an escape, but as a natural unfolding. Everything is given more room to exist. And within this ever-widening space, there is nothing that needs to be held tightly. Everything is becoming lighter. At this point, nothing new needs to appear. There is no next idea waiting to arrive. No direction that needs to be followed. The words can remain, or they can fade into the background, the way distant sounds soften as night deepens. Awareness no longer needs to stay focused. It can widen. It can loosen. You may notice that listening feels different now, less precise, less defined. Some phrases may pass without meaning. Others may not register at all. That is perfectly fine. Sound does not need attention to exist. It can simply move through the space around you. Just as the universe continues without observation, this moment continues without effort. There is nothing to hold in place. Thoughts may slow even further, stretching out, leaving longer spaces between them. Those spaces do not need to be filled. They are allowed to remain empty. Breathing continues on its own, quiet, unforced. The body has already done what it needs to do. It has settled. It has adjusted. Nothing more is required. The sense of time may begin to soften. Minutes lose their edges. Sequence becomes less important. There is no schedule here, no point to reach. The mind does not need to decide what comes next. Awareness can drift gently, like light thinning as it spreads. There is no need to stay with the sound, and no need to move away from it. Both are the same now. If images appear, they do not need clarity. If they fade, nothing is lost. Everything essential is already in place. The universe does not pause or conclude. It simply continues. And so can this moment. Nothing marks a boundary here. No line separates listening from resting. They begin to overlap quietly. The edges between thought and stillness become less distinct. There is no need to notice when this happens. It happens naturally. The body remains supported. The space around you remains calm. Nothing presses inward. Nothing pulls attention outward. Everything is allowed to soften. If awareness drifts away from the sound, that drift is part of resting. If it returns briefly, that is also fine. There is no correct position to hold, no state to maintain. The mind does not need to stay awake to keep anything moving. The universe continues without supervision. Breath continues. Time continues. Space remains open, and you are free to let go of noticing any of it. Words may become less clear now. Sentences may dissolve before they finish. That is not a problem. Meaning is no longer necessary. The sound can exist as a gentle presence, like distant light or like quiet air. Nothing depends on being understood. Nothing depends on staying present. There is no moment where this becomes something else. It simply becomes less defined, less sharp, less held. Awareness can rest without direction. Nothing needs to be remembered. Nothing needs to be carried forward. Everything that was moving has already slowed, and everything that remains is allowed to remain. Even now, nothing has paused. There has been no interruption. While these sounds exist, and while they soften, the universe continues in the same way it always has. It does not wait. It does not check whether it is being noticed. Stars remain where they are. They continue their slow movements. Their light keeps traveling. This happens whether anyone is listening or not. The universe does not depend on attention. It does not require awareness to continue unfolding. Long processes remain in motion. Quiet processes remain quiet. Nothing speeds up because of listening. Nothing slows down because of rest. The same steady patterns persist. Stars do not respond to observation. They do not change their rhythm when awareness drifts away. They remain present, regardless. Galaxies continue to move apart. Space continues to stretch. This is not something that needs to be followed. It is simply happening. Even if the sound fades completely, nothing important changes. The universe does not pause when silence appears. It has always contained silence. It is built from it. The night sky remains exactly as it is. Whether eyes are open or closed, light continues outward. Gravity continues its gentle work. There is no moment that requires participation. The universe does not assign responsibility. It does not need supervision. Everything essential continues without effort. This understanding allows attention to loosen further. Nothing needs to be held in awareness. Nothing needs to be monitored. The universe is not fragile. It is not at risk of stopping. It has been continuing for billions of years without needing direction. Stars existed before listening began. They will exist while it fades, and they will remain long after awareness drifts elsewhere. This continuity is calm. It means nothing depends on staying present. Nothing is lost when attention rests. The universe does not mark the difference between listening and sleeping. It does not notice transitions. It simply continues. Breathing continues in the same way. The body adjusts quietly. The mind does not need to stay active. Processes do not require observation to function. The universe has never required an audience. It unfolds at its own pace. Even now, stars continue to shine in places too distant to reach. Their light moves outward patiently. It does not ask to be received. It does not hurry. It does not stop. The universe does not know whether this moment is being heard. And because of that, there is no pressure. Nothing will be missed. Nothing will fall apart. Everything that matters continues, even as awareness becomes softer. Even as sound becomes less defined, the universe remains steady. It does not respond to sleep. It does not react to absence. It simply remains. This makes it safe to let go completely. Nothing requires your presence. Nothing waits for your attention. Everything continues exactly as it should. And now, there is nothing that needs to be said clearly. Words can begin to loosen. They no longer need to arrive in full shape. Some may trail off. Some may remain unfinished. That is how this moment prefers to be. There is no message to deliver. No final thought to place gently at the end. The universe does not end its movements with statements. It does not draw lines or mark conclusions. It simply continues. In the quiet that remains, space stays open. Stars do not shift their attention. They do not pause or wait. They remain where they are, moving slowly, whether they are noticed or not. And that is enough. Nothing needs to be acknowledged. Silence does not mean absence. It means everything has room to continue without being named. Sound may thin now, it may stay softly present. Either way, nothing changes. Breathing finds its own rhythm. The body settles deeper into support. No instruction is required. There is no moment that needs to be recognized as different from the one before. Awareness can drift without needing to decide where it goes. The universe does not ask for confirmation. It does not need agreement. It continues in the same quiet way. Before sound, during sound, and long after sound fades. Nothing closes here. Nothing finishes. The space between moments widens gently, and in that widening, everything continues exactly as it should.